I get a text from him 5 minutes ago. What does it say? Hey, I need your permission. It's in the planning, but me and Aaron, his fiance, are taking her kids and he wants to take Kylie to Mexico for spring break. And I said, because he needs my permission to do that. And I said, absolutely, it's a great experience for her. Just please watch her, have fun and be safe. And now you're giving this woman everything that I begged you for.
So if you haven't seen that video, I recommend that you do. I've been begging you for XYZ for this many years. And now the new chick is getting it.
Hey, what's going on, good people? In this video, we're going to be discussing a lady who seems to be very upset about the fact that her new ex-husband is now doing all the things that she wanted him to do when they was married. This is the video that's making its rounds online, and it looks like everybody got something to say about it. So, you know, we definitely got to get into it and break it down. But before we do, make sure you guys take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bells so you can be updated on when I drop a new video. I'm not trying to hold you. Let's get right into it.
17 and a half years married, 4 kids. I begged this man, please, I've never been out of the U.S. Can we please go out of the U.S.? I want to experience something new. Can we travel? Can we do something? No. I get a text from him 5 minutes ago. What does it say? Hey, I need your permission. It's in the planning, but me and Aaron, his fiance, are taking her kids and he wants to take Kylie to Mexico for spring break. And I said, because he needs my permission to do that. And I said, absolutely, it's a great experience for her. Just please watch her, have fun and be safe. But it's really, really hard for me because it's like 17 and a half years, 4 kids, and I begged you to take us or to take me and to do those kinds of trips and to spend that kind of time with us. And it was always no. And now you're giving this woman everything that I begged you for. Everything I begged you for, you are giving to her.
And do you guys hear the music that she has playing in the background? That's not me playing this sad music. It's her. She wants sympathy.
Everything I begged you for, you are giving to her. People do that because they want to feel heard. They want to know that they're validated for feeling the way that they're feeling, that it's not right and it isn't okay. And it confirms my choice to divorce was right. Even though I'm the one that was shamed and I'm the one that lost friends of 15 years because they didn't want to be associated with me anymore because I walked away. It's just so hurtful. It's so hurtful when the person that you love and just you see them give somebody else everything that you asked for, and they turn around and give it to somebody else. And maybe it's because he's giving it to her because he realized, hey, Mandy left me because I wouldn't give it to her and I wasn't listening to her. I'm not going to make that same mistake twice. But it still doesn't change the fact you're giving her everything I asked you for. You know, talking about self-worth and loving yourself, it's hard not to, when something like this happens, to go, why is she worth doing all of this for and I'm not? And why? And I know I shouldn't think that, but you can't help but think that. And then on the other hand, you're like, and why can't I find somebody who wants to give me those things and wants to love me and let me love them too in the same? Like, I'm not just saying give that to me, but like mutual, like I want to give you everything that you want and I want you to help me get the things that I want. It just feels so unfair, and life isn't fair. And you know, it's a hard pill to swallow, but it is what it is.
Now, this is just a random thought on this, but 17 years ago, what if he didn't have the money to take you out of the country You know, maybe it's been 20 years later and he's built his career up enough now that he can travel. He has the extra money to do that. But for a family of four and a needy, complaining wife, maybe he just didn't have the money to do that. But now he got the money to take his new wife out of the country. I'm sure his income has grown after, 17, 20 years now. And so maybe that was a part of the issue too. Maybe it wasn't necessarily about you, lady.
Even though I'm the one that was shamed and I'm the one that lost friends of 15 years because they didn't want to be associated with me anymore because I walked away.
And look, guys, that's a clue right there. When have you ever seen it where family members get mad at a woman for leaving a man? No woman loses friends because they divorce a bad guy. You know what I mean? This guy must have been a good husband, a good man. And her friends probably just looked at her like, girl, you stupid. Her family was like, you dumb. So she was probably the one out there doing reckless things, and you see how she didn't bring none of that up or what he did wrong or what caused divorce, but threw in there that her friends and families, there was issues. That mean they was mad at you for leaving a good husband.
I begged you for it.
Now, I want you to go back and watch her entire video. I'll tag her down below, but she's upset because for 17 years while she was married, she wanted her husband to take her out of the country to go do other things, and he never did. It's only after their divorce is he taking, I believe, his new girlfriend or fiance out of the country with their kids, and she's upset about that. So from a man's standpoint, again, I'm not speaking directly with her situation, but in general, from a man's standpoint, this is what's going on. Now, what she's feeling is the equivalent of what men feel when after we're divorced, the ex-wives drop a lot of weight and look super sexy. We're sitting here thinking, where was that effort when we were married? Why are you doing it only after we're divorced? Now, I don't have that answer, but to the ladies watching, why is that? Well, whatever that answer is, it's the equivalent of why this man didn't try in his marriage and why most men don't. So you're thinking, well, how does a man arrive to the point where he doesn't want to try or maybe he doesn't feel appreciated? Well, I'm glad you asked because I'm going to give you some real world examples. While I was married, believe it or not, I thought of myself to be a hopeless romantic the first 5 years of marriage. Get this. One day, the ex-wife said, hey, I really like this album. She's raving about it. So one day I surprised her with the CD. And I gifted, and she comes home. She looks at it. And she goes, I didn't want the CD. I wanted the tape. Don't you listen? I'm like, oh. There were many times I cleaned the house, folded everything, put everything away, and only to come home to hear, you cleaned it wrong. You folded the towels wrong. I'm like, oh, imagine years of that. And then imagine having reservations at a fancy Mexican restaurant for your 5th year anniversary to have mariachis walk out to play your wedding song, Cien Años, for her, and then to kind of dance and celebrate the moment at the restaurant, only to hear in the car, don't you ever embarrass me like that again. Like, what do you mean? You know how I am in front of people. Don't you dare do that to me again. I'm like, oh. At that point, I stopped caring, because I didn't feel appreciated, so I stopped. The point of all this is, if your husband or wife is making efforts, thank them. If it's not exactly what you wanted, thank them anyway and shut your mouth, because again, they went out of the way to do something small for you, and if they don't feel appreciated, they'll stop.
That's right. I think a little bit of that is what happened too, because it sounds like her husband was a decent, good man. I'm pretty sure this guy tried to do other things. He probably tried to do a vacation in their state or, in another state closer to them. He probably just didn't have the funds to travel out of the country at the time. But she didn't appreciate that. And we all know, the truth be told, man, when you guys are a happy, healthy family, you can go anywhere and enjoy your family. You guys can go camping. If you guys are a happy home and a happy unit, family members can do anything and still have fun and enjoy themselves. She should have focused on that instead of running down to the courthouse, divorcing her husband because he couldn't provide, international trips. But I don't feel no sympathy for this woman. But anyways, that's all I got in this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Don't forget to go check out my other channel at Datingwright Live. Like the video, drop a comment down below. I will see you in the next video.